Hello, everyone. I am unmuted.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you?
I'm currently looking at bars. I will try to never make that mistake again.
You will.
I will. I'll talk about it at the end of the episode. Hi, everyone, and welcome to a planning session for Star Wars. We are going to be talking about two things tonight. A spin-off show that we have been colloquially calling Martha and the Mandos, which will pick up with Martha the Hutt, her Mandalorians, and Azuli after the end of the first arc of Galaxy and Revolt. So we're going to talk about that, build a couple characters to fill in the rest, and then in the back half of the show, we are going to be talking about the future of Galaxy and Revolt proper and the Clone Wars. So let's start with Soup. Since you have an established character, why don't you tell us a little bit about Azuli?
She is big and strong. She hold on. Let me get into my Azuli mind space. I wasn't expecting to be called on, especially not first.
You're the only one who prepared your project, so the teacher called on you first.
I was like, yeah. I'm just going to be the idea person this episode.
I already have my character.
Yeah, I already have my character. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Azuli, she's a Dathomirian, or Dathomirian. She is not a Jedi or anything. She's just big and tough and tries to do her best to keep up with the Jedi that she was teaming up with last time. She's currently with Martha and said Mandos. So she got left behind on planet I can't remember the name of.
Kyros.
Yeah.
It's the name of my D&D character. It's spelled differently, though.
And she's going to help Martha look for real estate for her vacation home, or whatever excuse that she used.
Correct, yes.
Sounds about right. Most dumb mafia excuse I can think of.
She's in garbage disposal.
But yeah, she's big, she's tall, she's got white blonde hair that's shaved completely down to the skin on the sides. She's got this big mohawk thing that goes down to the middle of her back. She's got blue tattoos all over her very pale skin. Yeah, she's very Dathomirian, very intimidating looking.
It's going to be such a problem for you, and I can't wait.
Oh, and the Mandos currently hate her, probably. So.
They aren't fans. Specifically, Zega.
Who is she a fan of?
Varro.
Other than his husband.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
Would die and do anything for him, though. So, it works. They make it work. Okay, perfect. Now tell me about your motivation, CC. No.
Motivation, I hit things.
And what are her 4 favorite swears? I don't know. Just thinking of Actor Studios questions now. Okay, perfect. So there's our starting point, and as mentioned, the other two probably consistent NPCs of this probably will be Varro and Zega, who are 2 Mandalorians. Zega has high blood pressure and a temper, and Varro is just doing his best to... Your blood pressure. Calm down. It's gonna be cool. Not everything's a personal affront.
Thank you for not shooting a rocket at me that one time.
showed true restraint. Okay.
It's a real coin toss on that one.
Now I know how rangefinders work and can pick them up when they're being used on me, so that's neat.
It is useful because it eliminated certain suspects in the second adventure. Perfect. Liz, what are you thinking about, or would you like to try and hard pass to Jay?
I mean, I wasn't really thinking about like what kind of species I wanted to be. I'm probably gonna go with like a just regular old human because they're bopping around the galaxy, causing trouble and all that stuff. I was thinking of being like a pilot.
Okay, cool.
Considering, as we learned from the last adventure, we do not have pilots.
It's good to have one of those, yeah, and you all don't have one.
We're gonna have a lot of travel options then.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, that's not right. Okay, wait. So Liz...
Is Jay going to be playing a Star Destroyer? Because
No.
I will draw the line at that one.
No, it's a Death Star.
I want to be IG-88 uploaded to the computer of the Death Star. I'm not the Death Star. I'm IG-88
No,
trapped
I don't
in the
want to
Death
be
Star.
IG-88. I want to be HK-47.
There you go. Affirmative, meatbag.
The one thing I like about KOTOR.
Only one. Oh, we can talk about that later. Okay.
No, we can't because I haven't finished it yet.
Oh,
The rest of
okay.
it was BioWare game, and I'm not one for visual novels, which is what BioWare
That
games
is-
are there for.
That is very fair. It is a style.
It's a choice.
It's
It is, and it's a good one, and one that should be made, but not one I particularly vibe with for whatever reason.
you don't like seeing all the dice not rolled in front of you?
Nope.
You can turn that on. It's weird.
Also, don't like games that force me to have companions.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You got a lot of them too.
90% of your game,
Yeah.
and 90% of your company's game making philosophy.
Have you tried Anthem? Their most
I have
popular game.
When did this turn into a BioWare dump-in stream?
I'll get to it right after I get through Sonic Chronicles off the 3DS.
Okay.
Yeah, BioWare made a Sonic RPG.
They did.
They did. My spouse has played it.
I believe that. That seems right up their alley.
It's their brand.
What's that cursed Sonic content? Give me.
It is an odd choice to make a character who's all about going fast. We're gonna make a nice, slow, turn-based RPG.
We're just gonna have Sonic talk about his feelings with his friends.
Hey, gotta go fast.
Chili dogs, yeah.
Yeah, you can't rush your emotional recovery, my friend.
So Liz is gonna play a Sonic the Hedgehog OC in a BioWare game.
Yeah.
Is what?
It's a real
Humans
werehog
within the
situation.
Sonic Adventure
Multiple things I don't
timeline.
know about.
Okay, now so Liz, you're looking at a human pilot. Any
Are they going to be a scoundrel?
Yeah, any kind of touchstones for that? Like, are they going to be a scoundrel? Is this sort of a legitimate way for them to get off the planet kind of thing? Like, I'm just going to make my money and go. Like, I don't care about this crime stuff.
I was thinking like of it being sort of a or whoever they are being sort of a sort of someone who's yeah, I guess just waiting to get off the planet, like looking for an easy out. So she would probably just be like, "Oh, cool, you're gonna give me money to do something? Okay, got it." And
Okay.
of course, it's never that easy.
It's never that easy, but you're in it for the creds. Okay, perfect.
What? You mean there was more to this deal than the Hutt told me? What an unexpected twist.
Okay. Okay. And Jay.
Gamoran swoop biker lesbian.
Yep.
You thought I wouldn't like this?
Yeah, I don't understand why.
Oh, you will like it. Azuli will have opinions.
I knew the one, and I wasn't expecting the other two. And, yep. So.
There you go.
Fucking rad. Anything else you'd... Yeah, Marty in chat's also on board.
That is what I was hoping for, Marty. Thank you.
Anything else you want to add? That says a lot. So I mean,
no, that's kind of it.
Okay. Okay. So and does she have a motivation for joining Martha, or just this is good money and Han Solo crashed my swoop bike and now I have a diaper on my head? He's the only other swoop biker I can think of is Dengar.
No.
I'm the only person who likes Dengar.
Like him more if he didn't have a diaper on his head.
It's an interesting choice.
It was, oh shit, what do we have in the costume department?
Mm-hmm. Half a mummy. You got it.
It is a medical diaper, Marty. You are correct.
That makes it better. It's doctor prescribed.
Sure.
Yeah, sorry, but do they have like a specific motivation, or is it just crime pays?
Yeah, probably just like crime pays.
That's
Gonna get in my bike, drive it real fast, run some orphans over or something. I don't know.
Run over orphans. I'm gonna make sure you have the chance, if given, to run over some orphans. Okay. So, is there anything in particular you would like to see from this mini campaign? It's going to be probably about 3 or 4 episodes. And anyone can feel free to chime in on that. But if the answer is Star Wars crime stuff, it's a great answer.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars crime stuff is a good
That was
starting
my
point.
answer.
I would be concerned if one of us during this pre-planning phase was just like, no, I just want a nice, wholesome Star Wars adventure working for a crime boss as a criminal.
It would be hard, but I could do it, I think.
It would not be impossible,
Yeah.
but I think it would be misunderstanding the assignment.
I agree.
Well, I guess I'll strike that off my list.
Do you kind of want a running joke of Azuli shooting down my character's advances? I want that as a running joke, and I'm saying that. I think it was going to happen anyway, though.
Maybe.
Again, not sure I can speak basic, so...
Yeah, we're... Can Azuli speak Gamorrean? I doubt it.
Ooh,
I remember at least in Saga Edition, there was a rule for it where it was just like a little box that a character could carry. Push buttons, it says a phrase in basic.
Yeah, if we want to, for sure. Because in the old Young Jedi Knight books from Legends, Lobaka, the Wookiee, had a little floating, basically C-3PO head that he strapped to his belt, and it would just translate for him, and nobody liked it because it was programmed by C-3PO, so it was very annoying.
He's insufferable.
Yeah. But it was just a head, so it didn't get trapped anywhere nearly as often.
C-3PO is simultaneously one of the most practical things to have in the Star Wars galaxy, and one of the worst.
It's... yeah.
C-3PO specifically.
Yeah. I think that's very fair. Yeah, speaks 3 billion languages.
Including Sith, but he can't translate it.
Oh, man. Why?
Because I think Disney's gonna do the smart thing and just ignore that trilogy now.
Yeah. They can just fill in everything in between, and it'll be fine. It's... No. We can talk about the new trilogy later. Because
Was our planning session. Now it's just going to be us yelling about Star Wars because, as we have learned, we can do that for a long time.
That's why most episodes start late.
Yeah.
It's Star Wars or Marvel.
Or both.
Or both.
Or both.
I mean, they're owned by... Yeah. Okay. So, we have built Azuli. She's a character already.
Yep.
So we don't need to do that. So, Liz, let's talk about your character building. So, human pilot. So, was there there's probably a pilot sheet. Was there a pre-constructed sheet that you saw that you liked? Or do we want to go full on and fill it in from the start?
I would have to... because I think there is one for a pilot.
Yeah, there's a brash pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Brash, you feel.
Brash pilot.
Feels pretty good, though.
Ewok is just a character sheet.
Yep.
It's one of the default builds.
Mon Calamari is too.
Well, if I'm being honest, my other character concept, which I've had since Saga Edition, is Ewok Mandalorian that just wants to bar fight everyone.
I like it.
Right?
I think no matter what you do, you can't go wrong with those two concepts.
Yeah, there's the brash pilot. Smuggler would almost certainly fit. The ex-Imperial captain also probably would fit, but
Imperial doesn't exist yet.
no, but just a retired spaceship captain, basically.
Yeah.
But that would certainly put an age on you that I don't know if you were thinking about. But also, I mean, you can just ignore the little blip and just be like, this is what my character looks like, and I'm just me, my pilot character.
No, I think I'm gonna go with brash pilot. I think.
Perfect. Okay. Character creation.
Oops.
So I'm trying to remove... Oh, 7 dice. Okay. So then you have 7 dice to allocate to your skills.
Oh, that's the ones underneath, right?
Yes, correct.
Okie dokie. Um. I guess one of if not most of the dice would probably go into like ship repair.
Ship repair? Okay, yeah. That's certainly good. There's also starship piloting.
Yeah, that would also be a good idea.
Yeah. So, however you want to fill them in, you get 1 force point, regardless of force sensitivity, because it's just a mechanical. Use it to double your pool, kind of thing. And we're not going to
force point.
1 whole force point, and we're not going to worry too much about dark side points because you're all going to be slightly edgier, more on the scoundrel spectrum. So
you mean this current character in 4 words is the exact opposite of the one I'm playing in the main campaign?
Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, perfect. So fill those in however you like, and if you have any questions, we'll address them. But Jay, did you see anything in there that fit what you were thinking? Brash pilot, for instance.
Not brash pirate. I think either pirate or smuggler are close.
Okay.
Oh, no, it was pirate or outlaw. But I don't know if either of them have exactly the attributes I would want, so I might want to shuffle those around a bit.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the tiny pig people that are known for being strong are going to have a little bit more than 2 dice in strength.
That's probably fair. Yeah.
But that's just a bit of shuffling, rewriting.
Yeah. That's no problem. Okay,
One of the things that I saw in the same pre-built chart that has the weapons in it, under archaic weapons, y'all put a black powder pistol, but not a shotgun. Musket, black powder pistol. If I wanted to be a Napoleonic troop, I could do it. Not like 20 gauge one-hand lever action shotgun. No.
I mean, someone has to have, in the many years, figured out the stats for a shotgun. I would assume just
high
damage, low range.
Here I can sort of figure it out, or we can work on it to just put a cone and a range on it. But
and do you want it like a straight up bullet shotgun?
Yes.
Okay.
Because my thoughts are, what is something that you would use on a bike?
Does she got like the like side boot holster for it?
Yep. Also vibro hatchet.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Sounds right.
Is there a slug thrower on here? Because those are kind of shotgunny now.
No, there's 15 different types of blasters.
Yeah.
2 different types of grenades. Vibro axe is on there.
Well, that's good.
I got that one.
That's good. That is at least in the movies, so it should be on there. Okay, yeah. So some kind of slug thrower, shotgun, flechetted gun. They're in one of the Jedi Knight games. Okay, perfect.
Yes, plus it can't be lightsabered back at me.
I think the lightsaber can melt it, but that's about it. And they're not going to get all of it.
Even then, do you know what happens when a slug passes through a lightsaber blade? Instead of hitting a Jedi with a bullet, you hit a Jedi with molten metal. Both of these are unpleasant.
Sounds good. Okay. Perfect. So we can either hammer out the nibbly bits of the detail now, or it's 7 dice. I mean, it's not that hard. So you all can do that at home and kind of tweak it to how you like. as well. Which, Liz, if you see the pilot and you're like, I want these two attributes switched, yeah, just feel free to switch them. Okay. Any other questions or thoughts from Martha and the Mandos? Otherwise, we're going to start talking about the Clone Wars.
My thoughts are, I'm excited.
I am as well.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I'm happy I was able to distill this character into 4 words.
it's always very satisfying when you can do that. And it really comes across strongly. Yeah, that is one of the great things about this system. Character creation is not lengthy. 5-10
I mean,
minutes.
Azuli narrowed Val down into 3 words. Giant spaceship baby.
Now, do you never mind.
Even though that character creation was less than simple.
Yes, the droids are more complicated. You're also playing a spaceship. It gets complicated. Okay.
How misleading can you find giant spaceship baby? I mean, it's all right there. It's 3 words.
Okay, hold on. Marty did send me something about the Clone Wars. Let me just make sure I read it real fast. Okay. So, the Clone Wars. The next arc of Galaxy in Revolt, which may receive a name change, I have not decided yet. But Galaxy in Revolt still fits, so it may not. Will take place at the start of the Clone Wars. So we went from 2 years out, 1 year out. Now we're in the Clone Wars. So, what does that look like for Orlena, CC? Is she going to join the fight, or are you going to create a third character?
Is there a corps of clones dedicated purely to paperwork?
Led by Jocasta Nu.
I feel seen, first of all. I feel called out. No, because I'm not sure. Because we had floated the idea of Azuli also coming back.
Sure.
And I feel like that's going to largely depend on how Martha and the Mandos goes, you know? Which I'm sure if I was like, yeah, I want Azuli to come back, that we could work it towards that. But yeah, I mean, I do really like Orlena. I wouldn't mind just playing her either. It does seem a little bit less her bag to do not paperwork.
But certainly war efforts require a lot of logistics and such. So
that's true.
It would make perfect sense that she is just in the temple if you don't want to put her on the field. At the same time, she is a Jedi, and the council will probably be like, yeah, if you could go into the field, much appreciated. Because apparently Shakti just decided she likes to live on Camino. And she's a Jedi Master, so we're down 1.
So yeah, I could totally see her being some like tactical leader on, you know, of some clone force.
Okay, so we'll put an asterisk on that for now, that you may decide to leave her at the temple and bring back Azuli, but that Orlena would join the fight if necessary. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, I do.
As a Jedi,
I do really like.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I do really like the idea of Azuli coming back.
Okay.
Eventually, but you know.
So for that, my question would then be, why would Azuli come back?
I don't know.
And it can be a slight mystery to the audience. Not everything has to be explained. All media. Currently.
I could see, like, the rest of us that are still together, so brain just completely blanked again. Remember how I said earlier it was going to just be me blanking on names all day in the show? It's come true.
Who do you need?
Roz, Kaya, and Val just being sent on something because they're definitely going to be active, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And wherever we sent, there just happens to be a Nizuli there for some reason.
She's found her way there. She's a little bit of a wanderer right now, so.
Marty in chat says, Cad Bane keeps showing up in weird places. No one asks him why.
Ain't wrong.
He keeps getting more and more robot parts. It's alarming.
He's solving for the last problem he encountered.
Absolutely love it. He's got a giant metal plate in his giant squishy head now. Okay, cool. Perfect. So we'll cross that bridge in a bit. Roz. You would still be a Padawan. You'll have leveled up again, which I don't think I told everybody, but we'll all get more experience points for you all to spend. As a Padawan, you do command clones. You are a commander in the Clone Wars. You'd be Commander Roslak. As a Jedi Master, Kaya Gadoth is a general. As your Padawan, you still obviously serve together. It'll be very Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka. It's going to be fucking awesome.
Does that make me the Ahsoka in this?
No. You might... You might be Captain Rex.
I'll take it.
Yeah, or R2.
That one I'll definitely take.
So, how is Roz reacting to all of this?
I think she's generally getting more and more concerned about how Jedi, who she was always taught to be like, oh, violence is the absolutely last thing you do. You don't bring out your lightsaber to solve every problem. And it's like, oh, we seem to be using our lightsabers to solve this problem quite handily. Like, who gives Roz, like, the sweet bean, a bunch of clones to command to go to battle? And it's like, no, thank you.
Yeah, okay. That's for sure going to be interesting and an awesome take. Do you want to name some of your clones? do you want to name your Captain Rex?
I would think she would leave up naming to them because it's their names.
Oh, sure. Sorry, I meant. Do you, Liz, do you have any names that you would like to see in there?
Okay. Bart.
Captain Bort.
Jammy.
Jammy. Jamie's the comm specialist.
He's really good at, like, yes. Bebop and Rocksteady.
Uh-huh.
So they don't like hanging out with each other.
They're never together.
Excellent.
Oh my gosh.
Fly, in case anybody is curious.
Okay, awesome. I like Bart because Bart feels very, I don't know, it feels like a George Lucas clone name. Like, it's very Cody. It's very, like, old reference of some kind. It's just like, what's Bart a reference to? It's like, oh, it's some weird old cereal. Like, Love it. Absolutely love it. And Bebop and Rocksteady, it's also a reference to an ancient serial from the 80s.
And this is our favorite little clone that we have command of. His name is Nintendo Cereal System. Now, there's 2 bags inside of him.
His name is Ness.
Don't open the box, because that's kind of like ripping his rib cage apart. The bag's in his lungs.
Ness is a good clone name. Also, I'm writing that down. Okay. Awesome. Okay, cool. Is there anything Roz slash Liz? This is more of a Liz question. Is there anything you want to see in these upcoming episodes and arcs about the Clone Wars?
I guess if it's for the Clone Wars, like, my favorite episodes from that series would just be like all the weird random one-offs they would do.
Okay.
Whereas like they pick like this one random character that like no one ever cares about is just there for some reason, and it gets a whole episode dedicated to them. And I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense. Why did you do this? So I would just love
why?
just like the random, like, I don't need to see. Yeah. But it's like, if you want to do like all the random characters no one cares about anymore, I would like to see them pop up.
Okay.
Like, I don't care about if we see Obi-Wan or Anakin or Ahsoka. Like, I want to see the weirdos.
When George Lucas was asked what his favorite episode of Clone Wars was, he said the Clone Wars episode where the droids are on the barren wasteland planet, and it is them in an existential crisis for 30 minutes. And that's a very odd favorite episode, George Lucas, creator of Star Wars.
Based purely upon the description and having never seen an episode of this show, I agree with him.
It is the one of the weirdest and best arcs of the show. But I like that arc, but I like the episode right after that one. And I'm like, that episode's so good. Why'd you pick this episode, George? You're a weird dude. But you created Star Wars.
Nail on the head, because it's weird.
Yeah, he started describing it, and I just immediately started laughing because I was like, yes, of course this is your favorite episode. Like, it doesn't have any of the main characters in it. Oh, it's so weird. Or it has R2 in it. That's probably why, because R2's his favorite. But
R2 is the main character. He is in every movie.
He's in every movie. It's the story of R2. Although he's sidelined in... Well, he's sidelined in most of the sequel trilogy, which is a shame.
Yeah.
And that's reason 2. Nobody loses a hand. R2's sidelined. That's why the sequel trilogy doesn't work.
Yep, that's it. Those are the only reasons.
The only 2.
I can't think of any other reason. Okay, perfect. And Jay. So this is going to be interesting because Val is built as a separatist war machine.
Yes.
Now, obviously, we have established she is not a separatist.
Nope. Thanks, Rosmater.
Yeah. So, and Marty just asked a good question in chat that I'll start with. So how does Val feel about the war in general, but also specifically you're fighting droids?
I don't really know because everything is still new to her. She is at this point 2 years old. So I don't really think she would feel a distinction between fighting droids and fighting anything else.
Okay.
Like, there's not a whole lot of context for the things that she is told to point blasters at and destroy. Like, destroying another vulture droid would be just kind of weird, in the sense that once it's in pieces, she can then look at the pieces and go like, oh, I'm kind of made of that, which might be an interesting moment to have. But in general, at least at the start, there's not a whole lot of why
Okay.
or context that she has or would ask about. And questions will come up, but they're not going to be already brewing.
Okay. Um. So, and this is probably more a Jay question again. So, how do you think the Republic feels, like the Republic military feels about Val?
I mean, that's the thing that I actually kind of thought about this, is technically droids are property.
Mhm.
She would technically be property of the Jedi Temple, which would fall mostly on Kaya. And Kaya's probably going to divert that to Roz, because
Okay.
Kai doesn't care. It's a droid. Droids are Roz's thing.
Okay. So then this is a question for Roz and Val. Have you done anything to differentiate Val from other than she does look different than other Vulture droids? She is a prototype, but coloring wise or anything, is there any kind of paint or anything to further visually differentiate her from stock Vulture droids? Pardon me, Vulture droids.
Roz painted her bright pink.
It's an interesting
No.
stealth choice.
Because I like the current matte black thing, but there is a little pink flower painted right on the back of one of the sides of her head.
Oh.
Okay.
Aw, that's cute. I like
Yeah.
that.
I like that. Okay, great. Back to
Does it
Go ahead.
does it say Val in like cute little letters?
Probably.
Oh.
Little bubble letters.
It's like a
Big
I was
However,
gonna say
Roz
a
wanted to
heart
write
over
it.
the I, but there's no I in Val. So never mind.
Just love hearts all around it.
Yeah.
The little gap in the 4 that's the A is a heart shape.
Oh,
There
that
you
works.
go.
Yeah. It'd be difficult to draw, but you could totally do it. I can't, but I'm not talented. I'm not artistically inclined. Let me say that.
That is not a skill set you have nurtured.
No, exactly. Yeah, Krista always says, if you wanted to draw, you could just practice. And I was like, yeah, but I know I could, but
Do some people have a natural predisposition for this that we call talent?
Yes.
Yes. That does not mean you cannot get there. True with most skills.
Mm-hmm. But then it becomes, what do you want to focus your efforts and
Bingo.
things on in fostering that talent? I have other interests. I could become a better drawer. That would take a long time, however. I'd rather play Dungeons & Dragons. Or Star Wars, the role-playing game from West End Games / Fantasy Flight.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag non-sponsored. Hashtag Fantasy Flight's in a weird state right now.
Yeah.
Roz. How does Roz feel about the clones?
Roz likes them. Like, they're a bunch of cool guys. She's basically done her best to, like, really focus on their individuality. She's always, like, making sure she knows what preferences of snacks they like. She knows, like, she tries to encourage different hobbies in them.
So between Val and the clones, how many children is Roz raising?
I don't know. How many names did I make up?
You-
5? At least 5.
Yeah, you had 5. But Bebop and Rocksteady don't like to hang out together. So it's at least 2 distinct groups.
It was a thing when they were in clone school.
Just don't like them.
It was a rivalry that started out kind of friendly, but then it turned sour.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get them back to being friends. It'll be okay.
One of them has a nose ring, but I don't remember which one.
Or they'll both die horribly. We'll see.
You've given them names, and I said this is a Clone Wars arc, so just a heads up, they probably will die.
They're
See,
probably
now
going
it's
to
just
kill me.
pathos. Now
Well,
when you die, I can just be like, oh, Billy, no.
Yeah. And yes, as Roz just said, they might kill you. So let me just ask that real fast.
They might try.
Yeah. Is everyone cool if we order 66 on stream? If the answer is no, then the answer is no, and we will just end before there is Order 66.
I'm
I'm
cool
going
with
to
it.
say yes.
Okay.
The 2 people that might potentially not be playing Jedi.
Yes. I
just think there's a whole lot of interesting things that you can do with that.
Yeah. And Marty in chat says, like, not next arc. Yeah, it won't be next arc. Now, granted, I'm not going to tell you when it is, but I can
not.
tell you it won't be for a bit. There will be an extended period in the Clone Wars. Probably.
Yeah, you got to really build up those relationships between the clones.
And
You have to get us to like the clones before we have to either run away from them or kill them.
Before the good soldiers follow orders
Yes.
us.
It's not their fault. So that was 2 yeses. Liz, if it is not okay, it's not okay, and then we just won't do it.
I'll go with yes.
Okay. Okay, so next
We have
episode,
just
Order
given
66.
Andy the most beautifully wrought and forged knife we have ever handed him. I want everyone to know that. Commander Buck, Captain Hammer of the Fighting 420.
Yeah, I was going to ask what you.
That's her name now.
Yeah, what you all wanted your battalion to be called, but I think it's the Fighting 420.
Yup.
And it has to be
Marty got it in one.
the Fighting 420.
That's going to be that or the Sneaky 69.
Yeah, is Roz in charge of Squadron 69?
Nice.
Okay. Let me ask, because we got an answer from Liz, and Marty in chat if you would like to add in as well. Soup and Jay. Now I know Jay, you said you haven't watched much or all of Clone Wars.
Nope.
But are there any kind of things you all would want to see from this as well?
I mean, my big thing with any large work of fiction, especially something as encompassed as Star Wars, and you guys have all figured this out by now, I like to focus on the parts that the big parts of the series, the actual official media puts out there, doesn't focus on. It's like, that's why earlier in our Discord we were talking about the Avatar RPGs. Immediately like, what are the rules for non-benders? Give me a fun magical fantasy setting and I will want to look at the parts of it that we don't focus on in getting to see the official media. Because those are the parts that are the most interesting.
Okay, so the less highlighted stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I like that and I agree with that.
Anything else, Cece?
I feel like I would have to think about it a little bit more.
I'm hearing lots of Jar Jar Binks arcs.
Jar Jar Big
If you
Bucks.
give me Gungans, I might heavy blaster cannon them on principle.
It's some deep-seated programming.
Very deep-seated.
Yeah.
Sheev canonically hated Gungans. Like, that is the thing.
Oh, Sheev.
What was it? There were episodes of the Clone Wars solely dedicated to Jar Jar Binks.
Yes, including one where he gets a girlfriend.
Yep.
Oh, of course.
And-
It's a buddy cop episode.
Yeah, with him and Mace Windu. Before they finished the show with season 7. It was one of the last episodes. It was from the Netflix season, the Lost episodes. So that was one of the last things we saw, and wrapped up an incredibly important arc.
Yep.
And it was just like, why is this episode about Jar Jar Binks fucking? Like, this is awful. And then, what the fuck?
We learn a lot of important things in that episode, Andy. We learn Jar Jar Binks fucks. We wrap up all of that other stuff.
Misa gonna get some tonight.
Yeah, it's super bizarre. That show I love that show. It's off the walls weird whiplash sometimes.
One could say it's probably one of the most important episodes of Clone Wars.
Yes, there's a reason why it made the final cut of we can only make 13 episodes. We're making this one. Man. We didn't get all of the episodes they never made. We got some of them in various forms throughout the years. But,
One of the best Mace Windu episodes as well. If that is the case, I am mad twice.
Yeah. That's his buddy cop. It's
Mace
Jar Jar
Windu.
Binks and Mace Windu.
On the backdrop of Jar Jar getting it on. That is not a phrase I wanted to read with my eyeballs today.
It's bizarre. It's just odd. Thanks for saving Star Wars, Dave Filoni. I don't know if I should be thanking you.
I should say in the Clone Wars era, I am a little bit less interested in a lot of the political stuff that's going on, because I feel like that's pretty well represented in a lot of the media already.
So no trade negotiations? You don't want long episodes on the Senate floor?
Not particularly.
Entirely episodes on the Senate floor. This entire arc is just going to be us, political intrigue. Not even political intrigue, just political day-to-day. Talking about tax codes on a planet no one's ever heard of or something.
Are you sure you've never seen an episode of the Clone Wars?
Yes.
Okay.
One of my original concepts for Elena was to make her a senator. And then I was like, I'm not going to do that to myself.
It would have fit.
She's the closest thing in a Jedi form.
Yeah, oh man, there are whole episodes of the Clone Wars where it's Anakin and Padme discussing politics and Ahsoka trying to figure it out. And then there's a mission and someone tries to kill Padme or something like that.
This is a show for children.
It gets dark and also political and also boring. No, it's never boring. Yeah, all the Clovis episodes, they're all about banking regulations. You're like, why?
Thrilling.
And then Anakin comes in and acts like a maniac.
Anakin comes in and is Anakin.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm sure I have talked about this on stream before, but one of my favorite moments in the Clone Wars cartoon is Clovis is being a real jerk and a creep to Padme. Anakin walks in on the room, starts to force choke Clovis. Padme tells him to stop, so he stops. And he ignites his lightsaber, and Clovis is like, "You can't beat me up without your Jedi tricks." So Anakin's like, "Okay," throws away his lightsaber, and then immediately hammers him in the face with his robot hand. Just, oh god, he just falls immediately. I'm just like, yeah, I'm a fucking
You're
general.
a banker,
Yeah,
dude.
like
The fuck were you expecting?
I fight war. I have a robot hand.
Nothing without your lightsaber.
All right, still gonna kick your ass. Okay. I think there was lots of good information in here. Is there anything anyone would like to add? Or say before we start to wrap this up. I know this is a little shorter than normal, but it's a session 0. It's a planning session. They're not all going to be 2 hours.
Planning session. What are you gonna do? Make us roll initiative on
Yeah.
characters we don't necessarily have yet?
Exactly. For a story I haven't figured out yet because I had to ask you all these questions. But yeah, is there anything anyone would like to add? Otherwise, we'll start to do outros and plugs.
I'm excited for both of these.
Perfect. Okay.
I am also very excited for both of these.
I am too. Marty, do you have something you want to add?
Speak up, Marty.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah.
Don't talk. Okay. Val good at all with being used as a sleeper? I want to have that conversation in character on stream.
Yeah.
I want to have that conversation in character on stream.
I feel like that's a fair answer.
Which, is often my favorite answer to these questions. Ask me on stream. Like, yes, I will do that. Okay. Awesome. I'll see if Marty has anything else to add. Otherwise, we will start to wrap up, and we'll be back in... What's this? This is July. Probably August. For our first Martha and the Mandos episode, which may or may not be called Martha and the Mandos. I mean, we've been calling it that for so long, it probably
That's such
will
a good
be
name.
called that. But...
It's such a good name. I'm putting it on the overlay. You can't stop me.
You can do whatever you... Yeah, I don't have that power.
I'll call it whatever I want.
You do make people plays. You have that power over us because you are just incredibly generous to us. Thank you.
Indeed, thank you for everything you and everyone does for the Laughing Dragon.
Marty said it in chat. I will say it on his behalf. Like, subscribe, ding a bell, concentrate on the living force. Also, before I forget, happy non-binary awareness week, everyone.
Happy.
Yay.
Yeah.
Happy.
My week. Mine.
Be aware,
Gimme.
please.
You're weak.
Be aware of me,
week,
but in
Jay.
a cool way, please.
Yes. Be aware, respect, and love. Okay, awesome. Soup, do you have any plugs?
Play a whole Star Wars with your friends. Or plan a whole Star Wars. Or 2 with your
We
friends.
planned 2 whole Star Wars. We've been very productive today.
Try and go for 3. Beat our record. But you can't.
Wow, okay.
Especially not on stream, bet you can't.
Yeah, tag us. Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. I will reiterate how excited I am, and yeah, do a Star Wars. Do all the Star Wars in a row. Like, just do them all. 1 to, what are we up to? 9? 11? Something like that.
Full line of Star Wars. Wait.
It's 11 if you count the non-numbered ones, right?
Yes.
Yes.
9.
And then Rogue One and
Rogue
Solo.
One, Solo. It's 11.
Yeah. It feels like there should be more movies than that. But
Right?
They didn't make them for a long time.
no.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
You could count
Can't
the
ruin
Christmas
Star Wars
special.
with your Star Wars. True.
And Jay, is there anything in addition you'd like to add?
No, I think I'm good. See you
Uh,
again on Wednesday for another planning stream.
yes.
Oh yeah, I'll be
and-
there.
Yep.
When I am,
Everyone but Soup.
yes.
I'll be in chat
Aw.
probably. I'll be there in
Yay!
spirit.
And I
In
am.
chat's very important.
You can watch me panic about not having a character.
I'm sure you'll come up with an
We'll help you
amazing
find
character.
one. Yeah, I
Watch
am.
me be in the reversed role of already having one.
Liz, you have like a notebook full of characters.
I do. I have to pick one. It's killing me.
Oh, it's the worst, right? This is why I don't.
Which of my children? Which of my children?
This is why
Just
I
make
don't.
20 of them and then roll a d20, and that's
Yeah.
the one.
Oh, that's hard. This is why I don't play as player characters. This is why I DM, because then I don't have to pick a player character. Let's see. There was an episode of Dragon Lords on Sunday in which I forgot to check my microphone and I was not recorded for 45 minutes. So, that episode is currently not on YouTube.
Don't worry about it, Jay.
Yeah, I don't know what I am going to do about that. I am luckily not the dungeon master of that stream, so you only miss jokes. You don't miss anything actual, but at the same time, there will be people reacting to things you can't hear. I don't know how annoying that's going to be. I have not had the heart to watch it yet.
Could you try to remember the ththings you said in subtitles?
I was thinking, I could sub it. That's a good idea. That's easier than
Dub it.
re-recording. Because there's an episode of Suburbia where my mic got unplugged and I dubbed over that part. That's harder because I was the DM though, and like it was literally an important like events happening, so I had to do that. So, but I think I could probably remember most of my jokes. But then the problem is I have to take the time, record it, edit it. So that episode may be delayed for a bit. I've also thought about just uploading it as it is and then fixing it later. But I'm afraid if I do that, I will never fix it.
Fix it in post.
Wednesday is the session 0 for the next Task Force Unlikely Crude adventure set in my homebrew world of Gracefall, which I am exceedingly excited for, and I cannot wait.
Same.
Next week is Star Chasers. Ariel's still there, so we're still going to have the guest of Garrett. As long as he can make it, but the guest of Garrett, he said he could, so I think we'll be good. I think that's it. Like, subscribe, ding a bell. Use your Prime subscription if you can, if you're so inclined. Tell a friend, hug someone, tell them you love them, and have a great day, everybody. Enjoy Star Wars.